How are we living creatures? Today's video is all about what I would do if I had to relearn Briar today from nothing, from scratch, zero information. I would also apply this and I picked up a new champion and did the same things. Now, if you don't play Briar, that's completely okay. These are League of Legends and life lessons more than anything else because it teaches you how to learn, and that is the most important part of today's video. Let's get right into it. Now, the first thing I would do is I would build consistency in every single thing that I could take part in. In League, that happens to be runes, position, champion, summoner spells, skin, everything. Anything I could control, I'm going to make consistent because then that would be my foundation, and then I could branch off and learn everything else that's maybe more minute or more specific. This is where a lot of you mess up. A lot of you are playing too many champions and you're unable to focus and learn and build foundations on these things because you're swapping so often. Oh, I'm going to play a ranged champ this time. Now I'm going to swap to melee. You build your foundation on one, move to another, and now you have this rock solid foundation that you can always come back to. But if there's nothing to come back to, then you just wasted your own time. Now I'm going to hook you up with a few websites that are must-knows for League of Legends players. So you have u.gg. This website is really good about just looking at the meta. It's one of the best websites, in my opinion, at seeing what the meta is, especially relative to your rank. So like, hey, how is this champion in NA server in gold? Well, you'd say, well, these champions are probably the best, but this one, if you play it, probably does pretty well, right? And then, hey, how's this champion in challenger? Well, it's like, low sample size, but they're doing really good, and so on. So u.gg takes the cake for just the best meta reads with the way that it gets its data. Now, once you start trying to learn itemization, you're going to be left with a lot of questions, and oftentimes you can answer them yourselves just by reading the items and internalizing what they do. But if you still struggle with it, you could often just click on something like Lowalytics. Lowalytics, not sponsored by the way, by any of these. It helps you decide on your itemization. So if you go here and I click on Bork first item or something like that, it'll oftentimes pick up what works and when. So right here we're looking at Emerald Plus, so a lot of people like go Bork first, go Black Cleaver second, and then Death Dance third, and you can see how often they do it and so on. This helps with informed decisions about your builds, because oftentimes you don't even realize that you're building something troll until you really know that you're building something troll. Now OPGG I think has pretty dated statistics in my opinion. Sometimes it just feels like they don't make sense. But generally speaking, OPG is the best at just looking at your match history in a really big scheme to get a broad sense of it. Really just a personal preference here, but it's what I do. And lastly, we have Domusum. Domusum is a replay channel on YouTube. Again, not sponsored or anything, but they just post a lot of different things for every single champion, every single role, only high elo VODs. And what I would do, back when I was grinding from nothing, is I would type, Darius versus Garen top challenger, and it would come up with a video like that. And same thing here, I would go to the champion, and I would internalize as much of these as I possibly could. Because, well, sure, I can learn from myself, but during queue, let me learn from something else. Let me see what they do. Are they trying to push in certain matchups? And what do they gain from it? And try and, when you watch these, decide on why they're doing what they do. Sometimes people are just doing things autopilot, sure. But getting that creative thinking in your brain oftentimes will lead to such great development in game. Now I'm going to throw you into this awesome game where I go over a lot of the thought processes that you need to grow in League, how to improve when things go good and when things go bad. Because oftentimes when we're winning, we stop thinking about what we could have done differently or what we thought when something didn't go as planned. And there's always something to learn, always around you. So enjoy the game. Thank you so much. Have a good one. You got this. Now that we're in game, I'm going to teach you guys a little bit about intent and knowing what you want to do in the game. So one, ping off invades, because you need your full clear to be consistent. And the most consistent thing about your full clear is you, right? It's you versus the PvE. And if you get a leash, why is that bad? Well, it's bad because it'll mess up where your cooldowns fall. And let's say you've done 100 full clears, and then you get a leash on the 101st where you're doing your first with leash clear. And it could be inefficient because you try and save cooldowns one way or another, and that can throw you off. So build consistency and be happy with it. Sometimes people helping you out is actually not helping you as much as you think. So let's talk about intent, because you need to have intent when playing this game, and that's the easiest way to learn, is when you actually decide about the things that you do, and then you can learn from them. Because if you're just mindlessly running through your day, you're not going to learn too much about it, right? So what I do here is I refer to the clear guide, right? And I try and clear as fast as possible. Why do I do that? Because I know that it gives me more options in game. It leaves me with less, less time just doing my camps, which I don't have the option to do because I need farm and experience. So if I can clear all my camps as fast as possible, well, that leaves me with more options for ganks, counter ganks, and opportunities. So right now I see that their Jarvan has a red buff, and he has 12 farm. He just went to 14 from mid. So I know that his top quadrant is most likely clear, 99.9% chance. So that means that he probably goes to his bot side here, right? Now, where does he go? Does he go blue buff and fight me for the crab because he realizes that he's down the timer? Or does he try and make up for the full clear giving both crabs? We'll have to see that and double check it. But mostly because I've been in this situation before, I have a game plan against it. But I had to learn this by probably losing to it or not playing that good one other time. Now I see them stepping up. This is obviously a pretty good play for us. I'm actually not going to use anything too much. One reason to not overextend for that is because the wave's so good for your team and you got their sums. Sums are, a 5-minute opening, if you will, on enemy team. So that's the main thing I'm looking for there is sums. And if kills are free, I would have taken them. But you got to think about what free is. If I have to use my flash, that's not free, right? That's a trade. Now Jarvan's coming here. I'm going to match that. He's on 26 farm, which we know we got 2 farm from the mid wave from earlier. So it looks like my bot lane's getting something good out of this. That was good. I can try and save him. The only way Jarvan kills him is if he autos, so we go ahead and play for the E into wall over me auto-attacking him for damage, because we need to keep him from killing my AD carry. And you can see this might sound like a bunch of jumbled, a jumbled mess, but that's how fast the game updates on itself, right? When your AD carry's full health, you just need to do damage with him and kill the target together. And as your AD carry gets low, now you realize, okay, well, we've already won the play. Now we have to just keep them from getting a trade back, and so on. So your initial game plan needs to be get your farm and your experience, and then when you have timers, a timer is an amount of time in which you can do something without a loss. That's what a timer is. So when your mid's like, I had a timer to walk, it's because he wasn't going to take a loss, because he probably already cleared his wave. Top diff. Now, let's talk more about intent, right? So I intend to farm up as efficiently as possible, get my money right from that same thing, and then I intend to get as many neutral objectives as I can without, griefing or how you say, trading too much, right? Taking bad trades and so on. So my game plan, off the jump, farm. Second thing is to get neutral objectives. Now, those are things that junglers should have on their minds, but neutral objectives are a team-wide thing. If they pull more players, you can't have that objective unless you're willing to trade your life for a steal or maybe your flash to get in and get out. So the main thing that I'm doing here, again, is farming. Now, when you see someone not farming, you can assume that they are playing inefficiently because they're not getting their stuff. Right? So he was at 26. He went to 30, 34, and probably got another ward. So he did 2 camps. Oh, this guy just flashed under our turret. Okay. Now he's playing to dive my top laner. So I'm going to take that time and I'm going to go to his bot side, knowing that he did 2 camps of his top side. I'm just going to walk right through. I'm going to try and not show in wards, because the more time they see me, the better, a better decision they make to try and counterplay what I'm doing. So because I have 2 stacks of smite here, I'm going to use 1 just to get it on cooldown, and then I might look bot lane to defend my AD carry here. Guantanamo Bay. Now right here, I'm making the decision to prioritize myself on getting 2 of his camps over 1 and then ganking his bot on this current timer. Because taking his camp is cool, but what if he goes grubs and then tries to take my blue buff? Well, that would suck for me, right? Now I can start walking into this, that'd be pretty good. I'm going to greed an ultimate here. You don't have to do this, but it's what I'm doing. Caitlyn's going to throw some traps down. I'm going to try and juke them by jumping down and then up. He's going to die to bleed. If we're able to get anything here, that'd be good. I'm going to fix the wave intentionally. Because the wave would be stuck for them, you can tell by just where it is relative to everything else. Using my spells here, just to try and make sure I do that faster. The faster you get that wave in, more minions die. Okay, and then when more minions die, they're obviously going to have that wave pushing back to us. So it's faster to get you a better position. Now sure, that dragon there is free. But you have to think about it, right? is it really as free as you think? A lot of the time people mistake free for free if they don't know. Strogath is on his head. Wait. Oh, get rolled. Oh my god. So free is like such a relative thing because free on vision is a lot different than free with no vision. If they have no vision and I walk to that dragon, it would be pretty good. Oh, he's here. Hello, my friend. Now we just want him to EQ, and then when he EQs, we will follow him. We can just do that. And we can assume that we can chase him because once he has EQ gone, right, he only has W slow or ultimate. Ultimate has to be used on an enemy champion, so he can't just do it. So I got 2 of his camps, he got 2 of mine, 1 was a buff, so that's better, but he did die for it. And then I start my clear again. So again, this might sound like jumbled, but a lot of you need to understand that when you start building consistency in your grind, you're able to get a lot more done, you're able to learn a lot more. You have to make decisions on everything that happens around you. And if you ever realize that you're not making a decision about something, you have to address that ASAP. Because let me tell you, man, don't leave anything to chance in life. You don't know how long you're on this earth for. So to waste your own time, that'd be messed up to the person of tomorrow, which is you. Right here, I'm kind of just waiting for a better angle. This is a solid angle in most times because it just hits, you know, really good portion of that opening. Nice. Really good. That ultimate didn't look that good at first, but I was happy to learn from it. Nice. But yeah, so we were talking about on vision and not. So, like, it's safe to assume that if enemy team can play against you and mess you up on your plan, that they will. So if I'm on vision solo here, my AD carry wants to recall, or died, and then I have my support trying to help me. Well, they just died 2 or 3 people on the last play. So if I went for it last time, first of all, it would take longer because I have money in my pocket, and that would make, you know, me not having AD makes it slower, of course. But also, enemy team is fresh resets. You really have to understand that getting kills is a good thing, but until you spend that money, until you go back full health, they're actually ahead of you. Because if we're both at 1,200 gold, and I kill you, and you go spend 600 gold, now you're 1,800 gold champion, and I'm still at 1,200, and I'm even lower health now. Just smite him, just slow him down one more time, and look to W over this wall. It's fine. You can always tank that when you're playing against Briar Cho. Unless he has Blast Gun here. Nice. Buffer your W2. No, he was low. Looks like we can actually play this. Oliver wants to wait for his R, but I don't think we have to. I'm going to intentionally put myself on a different side of set to try and make sure that he can't hit us both with ultimate. If he's able to do it, man, he's able to do it. Oh, good try. Even when you intend to do the right thing, man, sometimes you lose. Now, I mean, like, simply put, you have to drop your ego in times like that. What was wrong about that? What could we have changed? I mean, like, sure, he's a little strong in that moment. The biggest thing was that I let myself get ulted for free, I think. Because when he ulted, he took himself farther from Volibear. And when he took himself farther from Volibear, that was damage that he didn't take. So that could have been the reason that we killed him. So, now you've learned something. Never just die and not learn something. What could you have done differently? That's a good steal. If you ever die in game and you don't learn something, or think of a way that you could have done the same thing but better, you've trolled. You've disgustingly trolled yourself. I feel like I'm just kind of like perma-yapping at this point about the same thing, but I guess I'm really trying to drive the point home that your time is valuable, and you need to act like it. Okay? You can't just accept that I'm not going to do my best from yourself. You can't. Let me tell you, man, odds are I'm probably older than you. And even if I'm not, there probably is someone older than you that's probably told you this. Okay? We're all kind of saying the same thing on repeat. Time is valuable, so learn something from everything. If you played perfectly to a complete perfect game, you did nothing wrong, still try and find something wrong. And yeah, it's really not worth your time to waste your time. Now, you being someone that's trying to grind, right? If your goal is to get better at this champion, why waste even a second of your time? Do you want to be, let's say you want to be Diamond. Do you want to be Diamond May 7th or May 1st? Or do you want to be it February, 26th? The point being, like, dude, celebrate those accomplishments sooner. Don't wait till you're 40. Do it today. There's no reason. Don't wait for the right patch. Don't wait for the right anything. The harder the task is, the sweeter it is to have. If something's easy, you won't even care as much. Have you heard people that are like, yeah, I did it, but it was this patch? It's because for some reason they're not proud of it, and you should be proud of the things that you do. If they were your goals, you should always be proud that you accomplished them. Now we could get into what is an effective goal to have, and that's a different conversation. But regardless, I'm sure most of you have good relative goals to the things that you want to do. Kind of liking this. I can chunk him out. I don't really need to kill him here. I need to run. He won't EQ. There's no way on earth. I'll stand here because I know he won't. Seems like we have winning bot. Our mid's scaling and our top is losing, to be honest. Wish I could have helped him a little more. I will say a lot of set players like to step up for turret here. Excuse me, bro. You missed your chance to punish me, unfortunately, bro. This is good for me. We got his ignite for free. I don't have enough vision to go for that, despite me wanting to go for that. Maybe if I had engaged, we could have had something there. Use my W2 early, just try and live. Seems like we're running out of damage here, though. Sorry, bro. I wish I could. Yeah, we kind of just gassed out. Can't lie. He's probably recalling in here. I can try again, man. So yeah, right here, I'm constantly deciding to try and cook this to get something. On Krugs. If his red buff were to be up, he's on Krugs and he walks through, I can full charge E him here. See what happens. Right here, now I'm just kind of learning something. Is 300 health enough to go for this? We're going to find out. Feels like these Krugs are taking too long, right? So I should probably do this. Oh my god, he recalled immediately somewhere else. Learn something. People can recall there. Now, I don't think that recall is very good, in my opinion, but I don't think that recall is good, because recalling near your camps is always a very interesting thing. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of never the play that you want to go for. We could take his Krugs, but the idea of if you're too close and they get vision, if their minions get vision of you on their Krugs, then they can make a play on bot side, which you don't ever want to get caught lacking. So staying in the Fog of War is definitely pretty good there. They have support prio here, but my bot lane wants to play, so I like that. They already got a cassettes there. That kind of sucks. They got their boys going. I would love to step up on this. I actually don't think it's that bad. I want to hop into the tornado. I'm going to take the R into this just to confirm it. Oh, man. That was pretty big. Might be back into the game. Now, that's one thing I've learned in the past. If you wait on the R on a Janna ult, well, the cool thing about it is the fact that when you wait on it, right, because I've been in this situation, I already know, your R hitting Janna at 50 health and 300 health is a kill either way. So, the longer that you wait, the higher health she goes. And think about it, when you're 20 health and you're 50 health, and a 3k health bruiser is going to be standing on top of you, you're not going to waste your flash. But let's say you channeled ult enough, you went to 300 health. Now do you think that you might be able to cook that if you get to your team? And you can get a little bit more out of situations like that. And that's because I've learned that in the past, man. It's all about, man, never, ever die in this game or mess up a play or feel like something different could have happened without going to check it. I promise you, you are trolling yourself if you ever do that. Nice. So yeah, I mean, you know, the point of this video is like, if I were to restart with Briar, what do I do? And the point I'm trying to drive home is that you need to, you know, for anyone really, but if that was a restart with Briar, I would just make sure that I don't ever waste time focusing on things that make me emotional. And I would always be trying to learn something, because this champion is rewarded super hard for what you know. One of the biggest reasons that I can play in Challenger and other people can't is because I'm the luckiest player on Earth and I always get winning teams. Nothing else. But also it could be because I know these situations because I put in the work. You know, not to give myself too much credit here, but, you know, some of us have put in the hours. Please, hey, Caitlyn. Oh, my life sucks. Okay. Kind of like this. Karma is really good in the past if you've ever played against Karma. They're really good at buying time. So I walk towards Jarvan to try and bait him to EQ me, because the moment that he EQs me, he has nothing left. You know, that's like matchup knowledge, right? So if you've seen the matchup guide, you know that after he EQs, that's a cannon minion for you. So that's your time. You don't want to W towards him, and then he EQs away, now he's wasted your W, right? Now you've given him something, but if you just let him do it, oh wow. Cannon minion down. This game went from looking pretty cooked to pretty good now. Yeah, so that's what I would do, man. I would never waste my own time. I've done that a lot in my life. I've wasted a lot of time, and that's something that you'll never get it back. And that's a harsh reality, bro. You'll never get it back. So what do? I live my life on 9x, learn from everything so that I can enjoy life. Because, you know, feeling like you're in a rut sucks, bro. I don't know if you've ever been in a rut, but let me tell you, man, I have. And it sucks. It's terrible. And I get out of that by trying to get more positive things to happen by not wasting any opportunities. That, like, I kind of live through everything as much as I possibly can. So every game is a learning experience. And it helps me to feel better about my life when I know that, well, at least I did, you know, at least I learned something, right? At least I did what I could. You know, it is not badass to say, like, oh, I lost the game that I should have. You know? It's badass to say the game that was a 15-minute loss, that I decided it, I took to 35 minutes. It's way more badass. I promise you. And there's always these nerds that are like, well, why wouldn't you just get out of it? It's gonna make me mad. You gotta address your emotional stability at some point, right? You know, anytime that I realize why, like, if I ever realize that I'm emotionally getting angry, like the set is taking his jungler's camp, I try and address what's making me mad. Because if I'm doing it, like, for example, something like League, this is something that I want to do. I want to play this game. I want to climb this game. You know, I have goals that reside in this game. So why would I waste my own time on that? These are my goals, man. Right here, I'm playing the role as a disruptor. That's kind of my plan here. I've disrupted them, that's for sure. Hopefully it's worth it. Oh, they got my carries there. Lost a lot of time on that. So, like, right there, I played to disrupt their team, and that didn't feel that correct. So now, next team fight, I'm going to try either front to back or diving. Ooh, get cooked. Nice. So yeah, man, when you have goals in this game, you gotta wager it, man. How fast do you want to get those goals accomplished, you know? Do you really want to accomplish all of your goals a month later? Why? Because, you know what, have you ever had a goal in this game? Yeah? What happened after you completed that goal? Did you make a new one? Yeah. So why would you want to wait? You know, the faster you complete today's goal, the faster you can start tomorrow's, and that's what growth is, and that's how you like build something worth having, right? If I give you a challenger account, you wouldn't know what to do with it, right? You might play, you might run it down, and then like you'd probably be like, I don't even know, like, what's the point of playing on it? I'm already challenger, or you know, something like that. You probably wouldn't play on it very much. If someone just offered to, I'm going to give you a challenger account, okay? And then rank reset happens, and you know this account's cooked. I'm not that good yet. It's because you didn't work for it, man. You don't care about challenger being given to you. You care about working and feeling proud of yourself, and you should be. I'm going Bork this game, by the way. I need Bork. So I don't know what we're doing in this video. This video was supposed to be like if I could restart with Briar, what do I do? And the intro did well, but it's kind of just turned into a therapy video where, like, man, I'm telling you guys, living life is really cool, and caring is even cooler. Caring about everything that happens around you is really cool, because you truly only get one life, brother. Like, truly, if you don't care, who will? And that's it, man. Starts with you. I don't really think that we have to try this. Trigoth is going to buy a lot of time. I'm going 1v4 here, and I'm going to try my best. Going for the squishy people first. I see a big E, so I'm going to take it. I'm looking at this now. Is this close to 1200? Oh, they FF after that. Crazy FF. This game is not bad for them. But that's emotions, man. I don't think there's a better way to end the video. Yeah, I mean, look at emotions, man. 4 people hit yes on that game that they had a clear chance to win. Won't be me, man. Won't be me for a second. So yeah, man, I don't know where we're going with this video, but let me tell you, man, it's I don't know, it's really good to care. And if I were to relearn Briar and every single thing about her, I would simply care about every second of my day when I got on this champ, and I would try and learn so much, and I would try and accomplish these goals so that I could have something. And, you know, having something is a lot cooler than not, man. And experiences are something that you can't really replicate. So that's the point with the challenger account thing. You guys have a good one. Thank you so much. I don't even know where this video is going. Maybe I remake this video with, like, the actual premise being met, but it felt natural, so here we are. You guys have a good one. Thank you so much.